Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. But before I get started, please click the like and subscribe button as it helps this channel grow very quickly. We're looking at XRP. It's sitting here at 31 cents. I'm not worried. If anything, I'll buy some more, stack those bags before we really take off. So let's take a look at today's video. Can you imagine that some people believe the government might actually buy back XRP from them at a price of 10K? And this was a big thing. I mean, a lot of people were talking about this. And I want to talk about it a little bit because do I think it could happen? I mean, hey, anything can happen with this government. I mean, look at what's been going on around us. I mean, nothing is impossible. But my whole thought process told me, they're not going to buy it back for 10K. And the reason for that is because what would they do with all the XRP that's owned outside of the United States? Like, say, would they go over to, I don't know, Australia and buy their XRP for 10K also? I don't think there would ever be a government buyback. Because I think before that happened, the government would design a whole new coin. In other words, they'd replace XRP with something else, because it would be cheaper for them to do that. They would not want to buy XRP at a high price. Then we see this. You forget, XRP will hit $100, $1,000, $10,000, and then the Fed will buy it back. What I just said, I don't think that would ever happen. But this trends, I mean, on Twitter, if you go on Twitter, you'll see this all over the place. And I think I wanted to answer that question because it's a question I see so often. But I do believe XRP will get to $10,000 per XRP. But I think it's going to get there with the market. I think it's going to get there with utility and things like that. I don't think it's going to rely on a government buyback. You honestly believe $10,000 to $35,000 per XRP is possible? And it definitely is possible. Think about it. Bitcoin hit, what, 69K? Why can't XRP get to 35K? It's a much better asset. I mean, it has a whole bunch of different use cases, better use cases. It's quicker, it's faster, it's greener. So why couldn't it get to $35,000? It's hard for people to imagine something like XRP going to $35,000 because it's still at 31 cents. But what they don't realize is the fact that it has a ton of utility. It's better than Bitcoin. It's better than any asset out there, in my opinion. I believe XRP is the greatest crypto ever created, but that's my opinion. And people will argue with you. They'll bring up Ethereum. They'll bring up Bitcoin. Nothing is going to be ever be better than Bitcoin, you know. And I like to point out the fact that I think XRP will eventually get to 35K and beyond. And then we'll see something like this. So XRP's fair value is $10. I honestly believe that the fair value of XRP is a little bit higher than that. I'm going to say the fair market value right now is probably $15 to $20. I think the SEC pushed us back that far. In other words, what I'm saying is if there was never an SEC lawsuit, I believe XRP would probably be sitting around $15. And people say, no, because of market cap, it can't be $15. That is the greatest argument that anyone will ever tell you when you talk about XRP. The very next thing they're bringing up is market cap, right after the SEC lawsuit. So I believe XRP will get to 1 million before Bitcoin does. I believe Bitcoin will flatten out eventually and trading sideways as a store of value without major volatility or price fluctuations. XRP will require enough liquidity to bridge all the world's money. And that is true. I think at some point, it would be far into the future that it gets to $1 million. But I think it will definitely hit $10,000 to $35,000 much quicker. And then we see this. It's all coming together. CoinMe using sourcing value via liquidity hub. XLM front end, XRP back end. And that's what you should always look at. You shouldn't look at, how far can this coin go when you know what it's going to do. You know the value, the future value, the utility value, things like that. That's what you got to always look at. The Flare Spark token is the ultimate DeFi as a global funnel for all the value liquidity across XRP, XLM, Doge, Bitcoin networks to flow onto the XRP ledger. Avalanche Consensus hosting dApps including decentralized financial protocols, DeFi's, first turning complete, FBA, EVM. So think about it like this. When you're talking about a $35,000 XRP, okay? So if the XRP ledger is going to host Bitcoin, in other words, Bitcoin will be onto the ledger, and then it will change. So if Bitcoin is going to run on the XRP ledger at some point via the Flare network, okay, why cannot XRP not have the same value of Bitcoin right now? Or why can't it get to the $69,000 Bitcoin we just seen last year? It doesn't make sense. Like when somebody will say, oh, well, XRP will never hit those prices. When all the money is traveling over XRP, how can it not get there? And then we see this bridge coming for staking your XRP. Very nice. The XRP ledger is going from strength to strength. And just imagine the value coming into the XRP ledger when there is clear regulatory clarity. Okay? So when people laughed when you said XRP would make it to 10K, and then they laughed even harder when you said 35K. Okay? Then they laughed at government buybacks. I really don't think government buybacks is the option. Honestly, I wouldn't want to sell it back for 10K because I think it's going to go much higher at some point. I think it's going to start moving this year. And the thing is, when you have Bitcoin running on the ledger and Doge and every other asset running over the XRP ledger via Flare network, how can the value just sit at 31 cents? How could it sit at $100, $200? It would have to go much, much higher. And then we see this. What's the relationship between XUM, XWM with Bitcoin and XRP? Bitcoin is known for its store of value. XRP is known for its settlement speed. You have to be a mining machine to mine Bitcoin, which requires some technical expertise, expensive energy cost, and hardware. Okay, so we know Bitcoin is known for its store of value. We know XRP is known for its settlement speed. Now, when you combine the two, what do you get? I say you get like $100,000 XRP because Bitcoin is not the winner here. XRP is going to be the winner. Indeed, XRP is emerging and decisive internet of value. Both stores of value like Bitcoin and smart contracts can easily run on XRP ledger. Thanks for your awesome Medium articles, Mark Phillips. So, like I just said, we have a store of value running on the XRP ledger. So how can XRP still be sitting where it's sitting when this happens? It can't. It has to go higher. Utility does not need to wait for the next bull run. That is the biggest thing also. You have utility. So you have to factor in utility. You have to factor in the Flare network. You have to factor in the SEC lawsuit ending with, in a settlement, whatever happens there. You have to also add in regulatory clarity. You have to add in all the cross-border payments that are going to happen. And, ISO 222, where, XRP handles most of the money, if not all of the money at that point. I think it's going to take time to handle all the money and all the transactions. But all the things I just told you, how does it not get to 35K? So I think that is the road to $10,000 in the short term. I'm going to say probably within the next 2 years, 3 years. Because once Bitcoin is brought onto the XRP ledger, I think that's going to be huge. I think the money is going to pour out of Bitcoin and go into XRP, the smart money. I mean, you're still going to have Bitcoin maxis who are going to sit there and say, no, you're wrong. You know, Bitcoin's going to be pushing XRP. They're not going to see the big picture because they don't want to see the big picture. Anybody who normally argues with you when it comes to XRP, they know what XRP is. They know what it's capable of, but they're in denial about it. Then they try to tell you, oh, you know, the SEC is going to win the lawsuit. That's a joke. Okay, they'll always tell you something negative for every positive that you can point out to them. But in the end, utility will always win when it comes to XRP. With that said, I'm going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great